Okay? So now we show that f of -1 is equal to 0. You don't need to write down by factor theorem, I just remind yourself, okay? Then we can say x plus 1 is a factor of fx. Is this okay? Alright? So for next part, now they're asking, someone claims that all the roots, what's the meaning of root? Sandeep, what's the meaning of the root? Roots means you need to solve this equation and find out what is x equal to what. Yeah. Solve the equation, isn't it? Rational number, what's the meaning of rational numbers? Can change to fraction. Yeah. Change to fraction. Is that integers are rational as well? No. Integers. Integers are fraction as well. Yeah. Why? Because 2 is equal to 2 divided by 1. Okay? Is this pi a fraction? It's a rational. Pi can write as pi divided by 1. Is this same as rational? There is one more constraint. The fraction, no matter the denominator or the numerator, they must be integer. Is this pi an integer? So this is not a fraction. Understand? Okay? Fraction, but there's a constraint. The numerator and the denominator must be integer. Okay? So now we're trying to solve this equation. So we now have the equation is fx is equal to 4x cubed minus 5x squared minus 18 minus 9. Because we know...
You forgot the x.
Thank you. So now, as we know, x minus 1 is a factor. So actually, this cubic equation can be writing as x minus 1 times a what equation? Quadratic equation. Then how we find out this quadratic? We can using the long division or the short division, isn't it? Yes. Then writing down the coefficients. So Eddie, what's the coefficients of this cubic equation? What's the coefficient of it?
4.
Yes, 4 and then? Negative 5. Negative 9. Then what's the number you need to put here? You ask yourself, when x minus 1 equal to 0, when x minus 1 equal to 0, then x is equal to?
Negative 1.
When x minus 1 equal to 0, x is equal to what? 1. X is equal to 1. So you substitute this 1 into here. Okay? 1 is here. And what's the next step?
It's not minus 1?
No. Because you ask yourself when x minus 1 equal to 0, what is the x? Then this x you put in here. Okay? Or you just simply opposite the sign of the number here. Okay? So the first step, we're going to be drag down the 4 and then do multiplication, giving you 4. And then you plus.
Negative 1 should be negative.
Oh, sorry, it's x plus 1. I didn't see it. Sorry, this is x plus 1. My mistake. Sorry. My fault. This should be positive 1. Sorry. So that's x plus 1 equal to 0. So that's going to be negative 1. So this is negative 1. Sorry. So now we have this going to be negative 4. Then you do the plus. So we have negative 9. And then you do the times, giving you negative 1 times negative 9, giving you 9. And then do plus again, giving you negative 9. And then we have 9 here. So that's the 0 here. The 0 here is going to be your remainder. So now for this part, you can write it as 4x squared minus 9x minus 9. Okay? The quadratic then you can solving as, yes. Then you can solving this by using what? Formula 01, giving you what?
3 and minus 0.2.
But what you need to write here?
Minus 3.
X minus 3 and 4x plus 3. Okay? So now we consider fx is equal to 0. Then we have when three things times together equal to 0, then each of them must be equal to 0. So we have x plus 1 equal to 0, x minus 3 equal to 0, and then 4x plus 3 equal to 0. Then we have x is equal to negative 1, 3, and what, John Woo?
Negative 3 over 4.
Negative 3 over 4. So are these three numbers are rational or not rational?
Rational.
Are rational. So all the roots are rational. So
I agree.
So you agree the claim. So please answer the questions because they ask you about do you agree. So the last sentence must be I agree or I disagree. Okay? I'll give you some time to finish it.
I know how to do this question.
Okay, good.
So,
We done? Anyone need some more time? Or all of you finished? Okay, next questions? So next questions is still rotation. Okay, so how I teach the rotation before? You draw the graph first. Which point is going to do the rotation? Only the P, isn't it? So you just draw the P out, isn't it? You just draw the P. Where is the P? 1, 2, 3, or 4? 2 should be here. So negative 3, so going left for 3, going up for 5, isn't it? So now I have here is going to be your P. Negative 3, 5. So now you read the questions. Rotate anti-clockwise 270 degrees. So what's the meaning of anti-clockwise? If you forgot, just draw the clock. Okay, just draw it. So anti-clockwise means
Left to right.
going left, going backwards, isn't it? This is 270 degrees. So in the other words, anti-clockwise 270 degrees means clockwise for how many degrees?
90.
90 degrees. This part, isn't it? Anti-clockwise 270 is the same as clockwise 90. Okay? So for this point, rotate clockwise 90 is going to become 1, 2, 3, 4. Which one? 1, yes. So the point must be here. Okay? So I told you before there's two cases. Case 1. Case 1. If that is rotate 90 or 270, then what's the first step? Mark. When you rotate 90 degrees or 270 degrees, what you gonna do for the first step? You just swap. So you swap x and y, isn't it? Swap x and y directly. 你們去洗面啊？係嘛？去洗個面先。Okay. So you need to swap the x and y, regardless the sign, isn't it? Regardless the sign. That's the case 1. When this is rotate 90 or 270, you swap the xy coordinates directly, okay? And then regardless the sign. And then for case 2, what's the case 2? It's rotate 180 degrees. That's the easy case. So no need to swap. No need to swap. Okay? So that's the first step. That's the first step. And then what's the second step? Step 2. You look at the graph. to decide the positive or the negative. Look at the graph. To decide positive or negative of x and y coordinates. Okay? Okay? Yeah. Yeah, okay. So now, because this is anti-clockwise 270 degrees, this is the case 1. So the first step we're going to do is to swap the 3 and 5 becomes 5, 3. Then we decide the positive or the negative. At this point, at this area, the x must be positive. The y must be positive. So both of them must be positive. Then you're done. Okay? So I'll give you one more case. For example, if you have a point A, that's going to be -3, maybe -6, and -4. Rotate 90 degrees, anti-clockwise. So find your answer. What's the final answer?
Of what? Q?
No, just another question.
-6 -4 rotate what?
Rotate 90 degrees anti-clockwise. So try to draw the graph at a blank page. Just an extra practice.
4, 6.
Yeah, 4 -6.
4 minus 6. Because it's still to draw the graph, isn't it? So where is the original point? 1, 2, 3, 4. 3, so it's going to be here. Anti-clockwise 90 degrees. Here or here?
Right.
It's going to the right, so it becomes here. So there must be, you swap the sign, you swap the x and y, and then at this point, the x is going to be positive. The y must be negative. So it's going to be 4, -6. Okay? Go back home. Just try to make whatever exercise you want to practice this technique. Okay? You learned this in Form 1. There's actually a formula, 4 formula to remember. Don't remember it. Just memorize as a story. Okay? Remember different cases. Then it's going to be easier. Okay? So after that, we have Q is 2, -7. But Q is translate leftward by 21 units. This is not a function. It's not a translation of the function, it's just a point. So if this is left, then it's going to the left, so x should be minus or plus? Minus, isn't it? So we're going to have the Q prime is going to be 2 minus 21. Do we change the y? No, the y. Because it's going to the left. For example, I going to the left. Do I change my vertical position? So my y position doesn't change. I'm still on the 3rd floor. But if I take the elevator, do I change my x position?
No.
So I'm only going up or going down. Okay? So remember in this way. The right child, why you get a negative to the 2? What do you think? But why you just suddenly adding a negative to the 2? What's your thought? Okay, so you think it's the reflection? So that's why, get ready of your highlighter. Okay? Highlight their constraint. Okay? So here, for part B, the keyword is proof. Proof means what? Proof means it's definitely correct. It's absolutely correct. You don't say that, oh, I prove it's actually wrong. Don't say that. If they ask, is that PQ is perpendicular to P prime Q prime, then it can be true or not. Okay? But they said proof. Yeah. If they say proof, then that must be correct. Okay? We have two lines. It's perpendicular means what?
-1.
What is -1?
Slope is negative.
All of you, there's a main problem. You never said the subject. What is -1?
Slope.
Slope, and then?
The times, the slope of both lines equals.
Both slope times.
Yes, the product of the slope is -1. All of you need to practice. When you're saying out something, if I just say, oh, -1, do you understand what I'm talking about?
No.
Handsome. Who is handsome? Isn't it? I'm talking about Eric. No. I'm talking about Terry. Yes. Okay? So you need to understand, when you say something out, even though when you're writing down, give the subject. Okay? Because I understand you understand, but the marker will not understand you. They don't know who you are. All of you, after the DSE exam, you're just the numbers. You're the candidate number 1, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Who got this wrong? Who just write a -1? Can I give the mark to them? Okay? So write it clear. Alright? So you need to prove it. So prove PQ perpendicular to P prime Q prime. What we're going to do is to try to show, we need to show the slope of PQ times the slope of P prime Q prime is equal to -1. Exactly. The thing that I give a kwang means it's not, you don't need to write it down in your exam. Okay? So we have the point P is -3.5, point Q is 2, -7. So the first step is going to be consider. So consider the slope of PQ. Okay, you can just write M because M is the symbol for slope, isn't it? Or if you don't like, consider the slope of PQ, which is equal to 5 y2 minus y1. So 5 minus -7 divided by -3 minus 2, giving you the answer which is equal to 12 over -5. Okay? So Zenith, I understand. You jump the steps. You're too fast. Okay? Then you need to at least write down what you're actually calculating. Okay? Then after that, we need to calculate the slope of P prime, Q prime. That's going to be equal to 3 minus -7. So 3 minus -7 divided by 5 minus -19. So giving you 10 divided by 24. Then we have 5 over 12. And by the way, you can't write after the box. Okay? You know what? Because when they scanning the paper, they will just scan this box. Nothing will be scanned into the computer after this length, this side. So whatever you wrote here, they won't see it. Okay? Even that you write, I love Eric so much, they will not see it. Okay? It's not the problem of the marker. Because when they scan the paper, they will only scan for this area. Nothing will be scanned outside. If you don't have enough space, just raise your hand. Even just for one more line, your final line, ask for one more paper. Okay? Don't write outside the box. Okay, Janice? Okay? And then we can consider what? Consider M PQ times M P prime Q prime. Then that's equal to, when I consider this, I can replace this M PQ by this number, isn't it? So now I have 12 over -5 times 5 over 12, giving you -1. So now I show that this is equal to -1. Okay? So last step, then I can show so that we have PQ is perpendicular to P prime Q prime. When you're doing a math paper, you're actually telling a story. Your story should have the beginning and the ending. No matter your ending is happy or bad, but still need to give an ending to it. Okay? What is your beginning? Your beginning is consider what's what. Okay? For this is when you see the questions, you can write it in the draft paper. That's something you want to show, something you want. Okay? Okay? Finished? Can I move to the next page? Alright, Zhongwu, when you see the similar triangle, what you need to do? When you see the similar triangle, what you need to do? You want to close?
Yeah.
I thought you wanted to open.
No, I want to close it.
So Zhongwu, what you need to do? What I thought?
Draw it out.
Draw it out. Did you draw it out? Did anyone didn't draw it out? Did they get it correct?
Yeah.
Then it's fine.
Why didn't I get it correct?
你要問啊，公審你咯，公審你。唔係你嗰份喺嗰度，佢哋公審你。點解你唔啱啊？係咪？我都未教你，你又做咗佢，咪又係做錯。你都唔聽我講嘅，你真係遲早激死我。你又唔係唔識做。
All the angles together equal how many? 3 angles in a triangle. Add together equal.
你問我點解錯？嚇 ？What you write? What you wrote?
Nothing.
Huh? You just said triangle ABC, similar to triangle BDC. Where is the proof? Yes, you just copy this down. Where is my reasons? I said I'm handsome. Prove I'm handsome. And I said I am handsome. Because I am handsome. Did I prove it?
No.
Isn't it? Okay? Do you understand where is the problem?
Yes.
You didn't prove anything, so how can I give you the mark? Okay?
How about the bottom?
You need to use the ratio. You need to use the ratio. You
It's a
can't.
Pythagoras theorem.
You need to know it's 90 degrees first. Then you
Because this is not 90. Do you know this is 90?
No.
If you know this 90, then BCD is already a right angle triangle, isn't it? You need to use another way to show that, oh, this is actually 90. Then we can say this is a right angle triangle. But you didn't prove it. Because what you write here, okay, you see here, in triangle ABC, you write, all watch. AB squared plus 20 squared equal to 25 squared. Why? Why you can say it? Why?
Pythagoras theorem.
But do we have, you read the question, okay, all of you read the question together. Okay, read. In figure 1,
Figure 1.
read.
Figure 1B is the point on line on AC such that BAC equals to CBD.
Okay, keep going. This is your figure 1. Anything else you can read?
No. AC equals to 25.
Keep
BC
going.
equals to 20. BD equals to 12.
Yes. And then?
Is BCD a right angle triangle?
Okay, thank you. So did they said ABC is a right angle triangle?
No.
Then how you have this? What is a Pythagoras theorem?
But they have right angle triangle.
Do we have a right angle triangle?
No.
Then can you write this down?
No.
No. Do you understand why you got a mistake?
Yes.
Yes.
Bottom.
Yes. Okay? You use something is not happened. You pretend it's happened. Like for example, okay, I use Savannah as an example. Don't be mad. Okay? Savannah 今晚同我食飯。Are you gonna agree? Because why I can invite Savannah to have a dinner with me? I thought she is my girlfriend. But is this actually true?
No.
No. So how can I assume that? John Woo, do you understand?
Yeah.
Yes. We don't have the right angle. So you can't use it. Okay? Okay. Understand? Remember it. Something is not happened. You can't pretend it's happened. Okay, same you too. Okay? Alright, so when you prove the right angle triangle, then what we're gonna do here?
Ratio.
What's the first step when you're proving this is a similar triangle? When you're proving similar or congruence, what you're gonna do, Ria? When you're trying to prove similar triangle, what you need to write? Triangles. You draw two triangles first. Okay, so can we draw the two triangles? This is the first one. This is the second one. Okay? What's the first name?
ABC.
For question 11, question 2, right? The diagram is not fully printed.
Huh?
The diagram is not fully printed. Is it a 5?
Question what?
Question 11, 2.
Alright, do the rest first. Okay, do the other first, okay? So, Zhongwu, what's this triangle? What's the name of this triangle?
ABC.
So A, B, C, okay? And then what I have? What's the second triangle?
Second triangle is BDC.
BDC. So can I write? Hey, watch. Can I write BDC?
Yeah.
Yes or no? Can I write BDC here?
No.
Why?
Follow the diagram.
Follow the diagram. So BDC. Is this correct?
No. D first.
D first.
B first.
B and then D.
D at the left corner.
Yes, and then C. Okay, understand BDC here. Okay, then what's the next step? John Woo, what's the next step?
Mark down the length.
Mark down the length. Hey, can you put down your pen?
Okay.
Just watch, okay? Just listen, please. Okay? You are doing question A. Does question B happen?
No.
No. Can you use your future girlfriend?
No.
No. Okay? This is your future girlfriend. You haven't got a girlfriend when you're doing question A. Okay? Can you use the length now?
No.
No. Okay? You truly understand. So do I need to write the length here?
No need.
No need. Okay, so what can I write? What we have. Read the questions. What we have.
AB is equals to BD.
You read the question here.
BAC equals to CBD.
So now we can say, John will watch. BAC is equal to CBD. Okay? So this two angles is gonna be the same. And then now we can look at the graph. Zhuangwu, look at the graph. What's the name here? What's the name of this angle?
Adjacent.
What's the name of this angle? BCD.
CBD.
BCD, okay?
Yes.
This is the angle BCD. BCD is here, isn't it? BCD is here. So it's actually the same angle as ACB. They're the same angle, isn't it? So we can say this two angle is actually the same. Then what I need to write for the reason?
Two angles are the same.
The same angle, okay? So we have two pairs of the angle are the same. Can we say they are similar?
Not yet.
If you have two angles, it's enough. Okay, I give you the marking scheme to have a look. Okay, all of you look at the marking scheme. I'm not kidding you, okay? If in the marking scheme have this black part, that something can be skipped. Okay? So how many reasons that we have now? given and common angle, isn't it? Then we can say they are AA. When you have two angles are the same, then you can say they are actually AA as already. Okay, so the final reason for they are similar is just AA. Okay, understand? Okay. 唔使啦，真係。佢哋冇練啊。哦 ，OK. Are you not happy? A little bit. Who? Who's the person didn't practice? 邊個？
哇！
其他唔係學校嘅，唔係係你學校。蘇文啊？哦。It's okay, then we can fully immerse into the maths world. Okay? Alright, so understand. I'm not kidding you, you don't need to write this. Okay?
I think one of the girls did
Alright, so can I skip the proving part?
Yeah.
Okay? So remember, after you prove it, you need to write either AA. If you only have two angles being proved, then you write AA. If you write AAA, then you need to say the angle sum of triangle. So don't get messed, okay? So for part B, what we're gonna do?
Write it down first.
Write down the length first, isn't it? So Zhuangwu, now your girlfriend is here. You can use them, isn't it? Okay, so what we're gonna do? So AC, where is AC? AC is equal to
25.
I write it here,
What is
I write it on the original graph or write it on the new graph?
what are the new graph?
New graph. Why not both? Okay, you can write both, isn't it? Okay, and then BC, this is BC. It's 20. Do we still have any BC? Zhuangwu, do we still have BC?
BC, yes.
Where is the second BC? Look at this graph, sorry. Look at this graph. Where is the second BC?
BC is
Look at this graph.
okay.
Where is the second BC? On the
right side.
on the right side. So this is 20. Then we have BD. Where is BD?
BD is actually
On the right as well, isn't it? So this is BD. So now you finished writing all of the length, isn't it? Okay? So now we're trying to show BCD is a right angle triangle. Okay? BCD, this is triangle BCD, which means we're trying to show which angle is 90 degrees.
BDC.
BDC. So you locate the angles that you want to prove is 90 degrees. So this is the angles that you want to prove, isn't it? This is the angle you want to prove. If you want to prove this is 90 degrees, then what you need to find?
Pythagoras view.
Can you use Pythagoras right now?
No.
No, because we haven't had the right angle yet. So, if this is 3, this is 4, this is 5, is this a right angle triangle?
No.
Yes or no? You don't know.
No.
But how we show this is a right angle triangle? We need to show that 3 squared plus 4 squared is equal to
5 square.
is equal to 25. And then you write 5 squared equal to 25 as well. So 3 squared plus 4 squared equal to 5 squared.
3 square plus 4 square equals to 5 square.
So we have the ABC is the right angle triangle. Okay? So now the problem is being changed to we need to try to find out what is the length of DC. Is this okay?
Yes.
Because this two is a similar triangle, isn't it? Ria, are they similar? Yes, they are similar. When we have two similar triangles, then we can say the length ratio is going to be the same. So the ratio between AC and BC is equal to BC and DC, isn't it? So now we can say because triangle ABC is similar to triangle BDC, so we can say AC divided by BC is equal to BC divided by DC. Is this okay, Savannah? What's the reason that we used? The ratio are the same. Side ratio are the same. Okay? For the similar triangle. Okay? And then I can replace the number. What is AC?
25.
AC is 25 divided by BC, which is 20, equal to, what is BC again? 20 divided by DC. When we have fraction equal to fraction, what we're going to do? Cross multiply, so that we have 25 DC equal to 400, isn't it? 20 times 20 equal to 400. Then simplify, we have DC is equal to, use your calculator, DC is equal to, DC is equal to 16. So now, back to you, John Woo. Now we have the DC is equal to 16, isn't it? So now we try to consider, if, we can write it here, if A squared plus B squared equal to C squared, then angle ABC is equal to 90 degrees, isn't it? So which side is our ABC in this triangle BDC?
This one. A squared is DD.
Okay? And then B squared is
B squared is BD.
BD, exactly. Because the C squared is going to be the longest side. So now we can say consider 12 squared plus 16 squared, which is equal to
12 squared plus 16 squared equals to third 400.
It's equal to not third 400. Do we have a third here?
400.
Just equal to 400. Then we can also say considered 20 squared is equal to
20 squared is equals to
400 as well. So we can say 12 squared plus 16 squared equal to 20 squared. So now we write it down. A squared plus B squared equal to C squared, isn't it?
Yeah.
So we can say angle BDC is equal to how many degrees? 90 degrees. So triangle BDC is a right angle triangle. Okay, that's the whole proof. I told you, when you're doing a proof problem, it is actually telling a story. Oh, finally. Okay, understand?
It's just like a story.
Okay, so when you're writing the English writing, it should be connected, isn't it?
Yeah.
So for the others, when you're writing the proof, they should be all connected. Okay?
This question is just like doing the English writing.
Okay, thank you. So, truly understanding the all A1.
Yeah.
Okay, go back home, try to finish the rest of the A1 questions. I'm sorry I used a lot of time to teach this, but is this useful?
Yes.
So make sure when you're writing down your stuff, I want a step by step and it's very clear. Okay? Logic is the main thing in math. Okay? Sometimes when I'm reading your proof, I will say John Woo has no logic in math. Okay, specifically in math. Maybe John Woo has logic in the other subjects. Okay? Do you agree?
Yeah.
Yes. Alright, question 10, we can skip it because it's no longer a standard question in recent year. It's actually just a physics question. Arya may know how to do it. Okay? But, you need to remember one thing. Speed is equal to what? Speed. What's the units of speed?
Kilometers per hour.
Oh, you remember this? That's good. It's kilometer per hour, isn't it? Okay, so it's gonna be kilometer per means divide, isn't it? Per hour. Kilometer is the units of what?
Meter. 1,000 meters.
Kilometer is the unit of what?
This time.
Distance.
Distance over time.
Distance over
Time.
time.
Yeah.
So if you forgot, then starting from this. Okay? That's what my physics teacher taught me before. Use the unit. Use the unit to find out the formula. Same as chemistry. Concentration. Mole per dm cube. Isn't it? Then how we find out? How we calculate the concentration? We use the total number of mole divided by the total volume. Isn't it?
Yeah.
You remember the units, then you actually have the formula. Okay? So this question just lets you to remember how to using this formula. Okay? If you really want to skip the next question.
Hard to see.
Okay, go.
Can you repeat the concentration again?
No lah, ask Miss Lee lah.
Nah, because I forgot.
Okay, I may forgot as well. Maybe I'm wrong. Okay, so let's read this question. So there are 33 paintings in an art gallery. So box and whisker diagram. Again, box and whisker diagram. Zhuangwu, when I am talking, can you put down your pen? So we have 33 paintings. So this is what diagram? Box and whisker. So what's this?
This is a minimum value.
Minimum. This is the.
Maximum.
This is the.
Quarter 1.
Lower quartile. This is the.
Upper quartile.
This is the. Median.
Just
Okay.
like if we use a box and quarter 1.
Okay, thank you. And is there any other condition that they give in the questions? Anything else? You can just read my question. You don't need to read your questions, okay? The mean, yes, highlight the mean. So the mean is equal to $53,000. And we have 33 painting. So how you find out the range? It's equal to the maximum minus the minimum. So it's equal to 91 minus 18. Give you the answer, which is 73.
$1,000.
Thank you.
$1,000.
So K dollars. Okay, I'm lazy. Okay. $1,000.
If I put zeros.
Yeah.
Or put zeros.
Yes. It's better for you just write $1,000. Okay, or else you have too many zeros. If you get one zero missing, then you get it wrong. Okay. So what's his IQR? Ria, what's his IQR? It's using what minus what? Okay, so Q3 minus Q1 equal to 63 minus 42 equal to 21. Okay? Because, okay, put down your pen, listen. In DSE paper 1, if you're missing your unit, any marks being deducted?
Yeah.
Yes. Actually, it's worse.
What?
Was. The mark was be deducted before, but now they won't deduct your mark for unit. Okay? So if you're not sure for the unit, then just leave it blank. Because if you leave it blank, it's fine. But if you get it wrong, then it's a mistake. They may deduct your mark. Okay? So part B, 4 painting of respective prices. So we have these 4 different prices and now donated to a museum. So we are moving, so this 4 data is being deleted or adding to the, what do you think, Abby? This 4 data is moving in or moving out. So it's delete this 4 data or adding this 4 data. Delete. Read the question carefully. So 4 painting are now donated to a museum. Okay? This is an art gallery. You donate to a museum. Okay? If the question said, these 4 paintings are now donated to the art gallery, then it's going to be 4 more data in. Why teaching English? Okay, understand? So be careful of the words that they're using. Okay, sometimes it's confusing. Okay? So now we are removing this 4 data. So what is the total frequency now? 29. So just remind yourself, the total frequency is equal to 29. Okay? So find the mean and the median of the price. So how we find the mean? Back to the mean. What is the formula of the mean?
X.
What's the formula of the mean? You see, the formula that I asked you to remember, you have to remember. Okay? Or else, every time, Savannah, you like this. You move it a little bit more, sometimes a little bit more. After you go back home. Just like playing the Sigma boy game.
What?
Do you play that? Do you play that game? Sigma boy, that game.
That's a key.
Yeah, there's a game using the Sigma boy as a song. You need to tap this. Sigma boy. You remember that one? Yeah, sometimes you just like that. Sometimes you're learning it very perfectly. Get like 50% done. But when you remove it, you just go back to 0%. That's why we need to save our record.
Oh, so data divided by the
Yes. Okay, so the data is gonna come back. Okay, so mean is equal to the total sum of the x divided by the sum of the frequency. Okay. So what's gonna be the sum of x? What is the sum of the total data? Sum of all of the data.
Just X.
Just x, really?
X plus 18 plus 42 plus 55 plus 60.
Okay, read the question again. There are 33 paintings, and the mean of the distribution is 53.
Yeah.
So 33 times 53 is the original total sum,
-4.
isn't it?
Yep.
So it's gonna be 33 times 53 minus this 4 data, isn't it? Minus 32, minus 34, minus 58, minus 59. So this part is the original total. So that's why I need to use the highlighter, because this graph is mainly, you will only think this question is only focused on the box and whisker diagram if you're not highlighting the mean here. You're gonna forget it. Okay? And then you minus the data here. Okay? And now it's gonna be divided by the total frequency. What is the total frequency now?
29.
29. So 33 minus 4, isn't it?
Yep.
Okay, so give you the 29.
The answer is
And then the answer is gonna be
54.
so when you're calculating this long answer, make sure you calculate it twice. Okay? So answer is 54. So that is our new mean, okay?
Yeah. But the median.
But how we find out the median?
How do you find?
So think.
The middle one.
It's the middle, isn't it? So think about it. So in this diagram, what is the original median? Abby, do you know how to do this question? 55. The original is 55, isn't it? I taught this type of question before, remembered? We try to put the numbers in, isn't it? So where is 32?
Between 18 and 42.
So this is going to be a 32, and where is 34?
Isn't it removed?
Also between.
Yeah, it is removed, but we try to locate where is it. So this is 32, this is 34. 55, where is 55? 58, sorry.
Between
15
and 63.
This is the 58, where is 59?
Also
Next to it.
between, yeah.
Next to it. So this is the median. Remember what I said before?
Probably.
I have 2 papers on my left. Like I have 3 papers on my left hand side. I have 3 papers at my right hand side. Okay? So now it's balanced, isn't it? If I'm missing 1 here, this becomes this. I want to keep it balanced. Balanced. I'm moving 1 more. Okay? Moving 1 more. So it's still balanced. Okay? So when when they're asking this type of the questions, there's only one thing can be asked. It's gonna be balanced.
Yeah.
So the median is
55.
55.
Yeah, I that's why I remember it.
Okay?
Yeah.
Oh, that it applies to that as well.
Try to think more. Okay?
Do you have
Don't
to
just
Do you have to prove it?
no.
It's
What
just
is that? Fine. Okay, let's read the marking scheme. If you don't trust me,
I was just asking.
I'm not trust myself. I just double check. Okay. So let's read it. Let's read it. So the mean, when you're writing down this, you have one m. M is the method. Okay. If you get this 54, then you have 1a. If you don't have this step, you just give me 54. How many marks you can get?
2.
1.
I mean,
Because do you remember, if I have this, the black part, that's something you can skip.
skip.
Do you have the black part here?
No.
One
So-
part means it's compulsory.
Yes, thank you. So you must write this to get this 1 mark. Okay?
Yeah.
Then you get this, if you just give me 54, you can only get 1 mark, but missing the method mark. Okay? Because you can just guess. Okay? And then now you see here, there's nothing on this side. So you can just write median equal to 55. Then that's done. That's why we need to read the marking. Not the teacher. Just the teacher read the marking. The student have to read the marking as well. That's why I send the marking to you. Did you really read it? Okay? Principal, use an example to talk about our Form 6 students and the teachers. He said, teachers prepared a lot of dishes here. Okay? And then principal said, the student still hungry. Then what we're gonna do? We're adding another dishes, but the student still here. So he asked, why don't we just push all of the dishes to here and to let the student to eat? Okay. All right. So, but didn't put all of the dishes here? Did I provide all of the things to you? So sometimes I think, this is my spoon. I give my dishes, put it into your mouth, and then you do what?
Spit it out.
Yes. This is a very good example. How we absorb the nutrition of the food. If you spit it out, do you get the nutrition? You need to get through from your esophagus and get into your stomach. And then the carbohydrate, the fat, and the whatever thing is going to be your nutrition. Okay? So try to really understand and then get into your brain. Or else, no matter how many things I did for you guys, it's going to become nothing. Becomes your waste. Becomes your poop. Okay?
Then don't you have to write that down?
Hmm?
Don't you have to write that down?
You don't need to write anything here. You can just write 55. Because there's no one n. There's no one n here.
Yeah, okay.
The 1a is for the 55. When the marker see 55, then it's okay.
Okay.
Okay?
What?
So next question. Circles and if. Did you try to do these questions? Really?
Oh, is that?
Okay. So this question, do you think we really need to know the maximum? For the range, we really need it. But for the others, do we really need the two?
No.
So just write this as 50, okay?
50.
Alright, circle equation.
It's like 19 degrees.
Before we talk about a circle equation, let me know what you know from circle.
General form.
What is the general from Eddie?
Pi r squared.
The general form of
General equation.
Circle, right?
You see, it's become the poop, okay? It's the dip.
X squared.
x squared
y squared
plus y squared plus dx plus ey plus f equal to 0. And then we have the center radius form, which is
x plus
x minus h squared plus
k.
y minus k squared equal to r squared.
R squared.
Okay? So now we have the C is passes through the point A, and the center is this.
Did you make the equation?
Yeah, so now we need to find out the equation. Did you draw it? Did you draw the graph? Anyone, when doing this question, do you draw the graph? Abby, do you draw the graph?
No.
Try to draw it out. Okay? For the circle equation, John Wu, what you need to do? Draw it out. Okay? So watch. Okay, watch. We have this point is the center. Okay, this is point G. We have 0, 3. Okay? And then I have another point here. This is A. 6, 11. What's the meaning of passes through?
Goes through.
So it goes through it, isn't it? This is the center. The circle passes through the center. No, then we can just get this circle, isn't it? Okay? Is this hard to draw?
No.
Not hard to draw, isn't it? Without a graph, it's very hard for us to do any questions. Okay? So, what is the equation that we're trying to use? To find out the equation of C, isn't it? So, you want to using the general form or the center radius form?
General. You already have the center.
Do we have the center?
Yeah.
Then now we can just replace the h and k directly, isn't it? So why you still need to use the general form, isn't it?
Find the equation of C.
You don't need to expand it. They didn't say find the equation of C in general form. So you choose the easier one, isn't it? So we have the C must be in the format of x minus 0 squared, and then plus what?
3 over 2?
3 over 2. This is the center already,
Oh, it's just 3.
just 3. So y minus 3 squared.
Oh, that's
Do we have the radius, John Wu?
Yeah.
Do we have the radius?
No.
So we just keep it r squared first, okay? So look at the graph. Ria, do we have the radius? What is the radius in this graph?
Can we use
What is the name of the radius? What's the meaning of the radius?
The middle student.
Yes. What is the middle? What point is the middle point? The G. Which point is on the circumference? So why don't we just connect them? Okay? So the radius is going to be GA. Okay? So now we can say R is equal to GA. Finding the distance between 2 points, which formula we need to use? Distance formula. So that's going to be 6 minus 0 squared plus 11 minus 3 squared, and then take the square roots. Okay? So use your formula. Use your calculator. This is giving you 10. Okay? So we can say the equation of C is equal to x squared. X minus 0 is x, isn't it? So x squared plus y minus 3 squared equal to 10. Is this correct? Abby, is this correct?
It's not 10, isn't it squared?
Yes, 10 squared. Thank you.
Ah, that's good.
Is this clear? So if you don't draw this diagram, unless you're very, very, very smart, then how are you going to notice that this is the radius directly? Okay? Okay, good. But I still didn't realize that's the radius?
I knew that was the radius.
Okay.
Sure you did.
I didn't mark the A2.
I see.
Understand?
Yep.
So now P is a moving point in the rectangular coordinate plane. What's the meaning of rectangular coordinate plane, Eddie?
Triangle sector?
If you don't understand it, then just erase it, okay? There's nothing special here. Rectangular coordinate plane, what's that, Abby? Just the XY axis. The XY axis means rectangular coordinate plane is just a fancy word, okay? AP is equal to GP. Okay, so where is going to be your P?
moving.
So AP, A is here, G is here. We need to have a point. The P is the point, have the same distance as AP and GP.
Just cross it.
Anywhere.
Anywhere here is distance equal to this.
No.
So the distance must be the middle point.
Oh.
Can only be here?
Yeah. Or like around the.
Can it be here?
Yeah.
Can it be here,
Yeah.
here, 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 here?
Yeah.
You just did a multiple choice question.
Yeah, snow.
Yo.
I remember this.
你唔好以為我唔記得我講過嘅嘢啊。For every single question I taught, I remember. If P is a moving point such that the distance between P and the point then the locus is actually a straight line. I taught you, huh?
Yeah.
And it's not only a straight line, it's also a perpendicular
Line.
bisector. Okay?
I was looking for that.
So find the equation first, okay? Find the equation first. So draw the line. What's the line looks like? So it's going to be crossing through the midpoints of A and G. So it's going to be looks like this. Is this okay? So this is perpendicular and this is the bisector. Okay? So this is your talk. How we find this equation?
Is it y equals?
This is a straight line.
Yeah.
So that should be
You see.
y equal to mx plus c, isn't it?
Yeah.
So the talk must be in the format of y equal to mx plus c. How we find out the m? How we find the slope of this talk?
That's slope times the slope.
They are perpendicular, isn't it?
Yeah.
So their slope times together is equal to minus 1.
Yeah.
So if we can find out the slope of AG, then we can have the slope of the talk. So now we can say consider the slope of AG, which is equal to, how we find out the slope?
Y2 minus y1.
So y2 minus y1 divided by x2 minus x1. So it's equal to 8 over 6. Simplify, giving you 4 over 3. Okay? So because talk is perpendicular to AG, so the slope of talk is equal to negative 3 over 4. What's this called? The negative reciprocal. Sorry. The negative reciprocal. What's the meaning of the negative reciprocal?
You swap it.
Swap upside down and change the sign. Okay? That's your nutrition get into your brain. Not a poop. Okay? Not a waste.
You.
Okay?
Swap changes.
Okay, understand?
You.
So after that, how we find out the C? To find the C is very hard. But if you want to have a straight line, which means that we have to have the slope and a point that passing through. So for this talk line, which point does it passing through?
The midpoint.
The midpoint.
So use midpoint formula.
Yes. So talk passes through the midpoint of AG, isn't it? So the midpoint of AG is equal to, how you find the midpoint?
The difference of x.
The difference, how you find the mean of two numbers? You plus them together and divide by 2, isn't it? I have $3, you have $6. What is our mean?
6 plus 2 over 2.
Yes.
6 plus 3 over 2.
Yes. Then the middle point is actually the mean of this point as well.
Oh.
So 6 plus 0 divided by 2, isn't it? So 6 plus 0 divided by 2, and then
11 plus 3.
11 plus 3 divided by 2, giving you the answer is equal to 3 and 7. Okay? We have the point. We have the slope that we can substitute, isn't it? So substitute 3, 7 into which equation? You know, stand up, walk around.
No, I'm fine today. I just feel
Okay.
sick.
So substitute 3, 7 into which equation?
Yeah.
Y equal mx plus c into y equal to 2. We have the m already.
Yes?
So y equal to 3 over 4x plus c. Now I can replace the y by 7. So 7 is equal to negative 3 over 4. X, which is equal to 3 plus the c. So simplify, we have the c is equal to, use your calculator, we have c is equal to 37 over 4. Can you get this answer? Okay? Then we can say, so the equation of torque is going to be y equal to negative 3 over 4x plus 37 over 4. That's your final equation. Okay? So conclude the first thing for a strict line equation. For a strict line equation for y equal to mx plus c, you must to have a slope and to have a point. Okay? So that's how we solve the problem. Sorry.
Where is actually I got 90 over 4.
What 90 over 4?
C.
7 plus 9 over 4, isn't it? 7 plus 9 over 4, giving you 9.25, giving you 37 over 4. Okay? So please remember, when you want to try to find a strict line equation, you must to have the slope of it and a point that passing through. Maybe it's my mistake. Before I used the blackboard, I didn't summarize the thing for you guys. But now you have no more excuse. Go back home. You have 24 hours for free. Unlimited study again. Okay? If you forgot some of them, read the video, watch the video, read the notes again, and again. Okay? No more excuses. I recorded all of the things. Okay? Okay? So part B, describe the geometric relationship between the torque and the line segment. We have it already, isn't it? So torque is the perpendicular bisector. So that's the perpendicular bisector. So that's why we need to draw the diagram. Okay? If torque cuts C at Q and R, so where is the Q? Where is the R?
On the circumference?
On the circumference. So we can, this is going to be the point Q. Okay? This is the point R, isn't it? Okay? Can this be R, this be Q? Yes, it doesn't matter, isn't it? No, it doesn't matter. Then what we're going to do? It's going to find out the quadrilaterals, A, Q, G, R. So what is the meaning of quadrilateral?
Four-sided.
It's four-sided, isn't it? So it's going to be this four-sided and then connect them together, isn't it? So this is your quadrilateral. But what's this?
Rhombus.
Rhombus.
Trapezium.
Trapezium for triangle.
Two triangles.
Two triangles. Parallelogram. What do you think? What's this?
Triangles. What?
So you need to find the perimeter. So tell me, what's the perimeter you need to find?
All sides.
So all this four sides, isn't it?
Yeah.
Okay? So I draw it slowly again. Bingo. John Woo. John Woo, come back from your world, okay? To our world. Okay? So I use this pen to draw this diagram again. Abby, I draw again. I'm starting from G, which is the.
Center.
That's
I'm going
radius.
to the Q,
That's radius.
Oh, that's,
A, R, G.
yeah, radius.
This is the radius.
Also,
Okay?
Yeah.
What's this? This is the rhombus, isn't it? Why this is rhombus?
because all sides are equal.
Did you have all sides are equal? Did they told you all sides are equal?
No.
You can't say that. Okay? But now, the purpose of rhombus is going to be the diagonals bisect each other. And then this two is the same length. This two must be the same length as well. Okay? So now we can say GQ is equal to QA is equal to AR is equal to RG because this is actually a rhombus. Okay? It's the rhombus property. Which means the perimeter is just equal to 4 times the radius. Okay? But what is the radius? How you find out the radius?
Oh,
嗯
10 squared.
It's just equal to
10.
10. So it's equal to 40. Very easy questions.
Oh.
Okay? Easy?
Okay.
But at first, that's why we must to draw the diagram. If you don't know how to do these questions, it's fine, absolutely fine. But all of you, at least, A is a must to understand. It's a level 2 questions. Ria, understand? A is something all of you must understand. Mark, they don't hide. They must have this type of question. Every single year they have it. Okay? And then B1, B2, if you draw the diagrams, you can understand it as well. But B3 is level 4 or above questions because you need to think it out. Oh, this is actually a radius. Oh, this is a rhombus. It's combined a lot of things. And let's see the mark distribution, okay? You can see from here, for part B, 1 mark, 2 mark for the equation. If you can get this, there's already 2 marks. Okay? And for this rectangle is the second method. Okay, you can have the different methods. And then we have this is 1A, you can give it directly. But for the last 2 marks, if you can't get it correct, it's fine. Okay? Because sometimes it's hard for you guys to look it out. Oh, this is actually a rhombus. Okay? So one more thing I need to tell you is, do we really need to draw this diagram on ratio?
Which diagram?
You don't need to actually draw this diagram in ratio. Okay? You see this is 0,3. Must this be 6,11? It may be correct, but I can draw whatever I want. You don't need to follow the real position of it. Just give you a rough idea of what that looks like. Okay? But when you draw it, really use the ruler. Okay? Try your best to draw the diagram out. So I expect all of you, for the rest of the questions, you can draw the diagram as well. Okay? Can I finish one more question?
Sure.
Or you want me to finish all of them?
What?
I just finished question 13. For question 14, it's a little bit hard. I will teach you on Monday, okay? So the homework is going to be the whole thing, okay? Yes. Until question 13. Hmm?
Modified or not?
The modified. You didn't give me the paper one? Why did you take the paper one? I didn't give. Put it there. So you need to do the paper. You need to do the modified paper of 20 and 14, and also the paper 2. Okay? The paper 2 modified I gave you last time. You do the corrections. Okay? Alright, so next question. Let me finish. Very easy questions, isn't it? Alright, Ria, it's your time to shine. Okay? Sum of 2 parts. One part is various. So this must be fx must be equal to k1 x squared plus k2. Anything else you need to write? Yes. Anything else you need to write? No. K1, k2 are not equal to 0. This is something you need to write down as well. Okay? Let me see the marking scheme. You see, where P and Q are non-zero constants. Happy lah, it's blacked. So if you missed it, it's fine. Okay, PQ is the K1, K2. Okay? So now we can use this 2 thing. We have F2. What's the meaning of F2? You replace x by 2. So K1 times 4 plus K2 is equal to 59. Then I have F of 7 is equal to K1 times 49 plus K2 equal to negative 121. Use your program 01. I have K1 is equal to negative 4. So K2 is equal to 75. Is this correct for the others? Yep, okay. So we can say fx is equal to negative 4x squared plus 75. Okay? So now we need to find out what is f6. So f6 is equal to 6 squared plus 75, giving you the answer which is equal to negative 69. Okay? 4 marks. Very easy question, huh? Okay? And then what's the next step? And then let's look at the next page. Next part, I mean. So we have 2 points, A and B. A point lying on the graph. Find the area triangle ABC. Then we need to draw the diagram. Okay, so how are we going to draw it? So this is our function, isn't it? Bless you. So this is our function. What's this function looks like? What's this? This is a quadratic equation, isn't it? This is the quadratic function. Zhongwu, what's the quadratic function looks like?
Ax squared plus
The graph.
opens upward or downward.
So for this one, it's open downward, open upward.
Face.
Set face. Okay? So now we have the graph. It's going to be looks like this. It's going to be look like this. Okay? Is this okay? So what's going to be your y-intercept?
75.
And what's the vertex? This is a little bit hard to understand. So y is equal to negative 4x squared plus 75. How we change this into the general the vertex form? What is the vertex form? Do we really need to do it? What is the vertex form? Y is equal to a x minus h squared plus k. Do we have the middle term?
No.
Which means I can just write it as y is equal to negative 4 times x minus what squared? 0 squared plus 75. So what's the vertex? So the vertex is actually equal to
0,
0,
75.
75. So this point is actually your maximum point already, isn't it? That's the y-intercept together with it's also the vertex. Okay, so this is the vertex, so that's going to be 0, 75. Okay? And then let's see here. We have this point A, that's 6A, B is negative 6B. That's the point. So when x is equal to 6, what's the value of A?
Which A?
Hmm?
The small A?
Sorry?
0.
0?
Which one?
When x is equal to 6, what's the value of A? This is the point on the graph. So it's actually passing through by this equation. So why we need to calculate f6? What's the relationship between these two things?
You can find A.
You can find the A. What is A then? A is actually just equal to negative 69. Because I can just replace the 6, substitute into the x. Then that's our f6. But f6 just calculated as negative 69. Okay? So this is the point 6. And we have 6, negative 69, isn't it? Okay? And then we can actually do the similar thing to put the negative 6 into this equation as well. So think, when you put the negative 6 as the x, what's going to happen? What is negative 6 squared? Positive. So it's actually the same thing, isn't it? So we have negative 69 as well.
Yeah.
So our point B is actually on the same horizontal line, is it? So we have this is negative 6, 69. It's actually on the same horizontal line. So this is our point B, this is our point A. And then what the question is asking?
Find the area of ABC.
Find the area of ABC. But what's a C? C is a point lying on the x-axis. So where is the x-axis?
BA.
BA is the x-axis. The y coordinate is 69, negative 69. So where is gonna be your x-axis?
Oh.
This is your x-axis. Is it?
Yeah.
You
No.
sure?
No.
This is the highest point. That's 75. So that's y equal to 75.
That's
X-axis means what? X-axis means what is equal to 0?
Oh, why?
Y is equal to 0, isn't it?
Yeah.
So x-axis means y equal to 0. So y is equal to 0. This is y equal to 75. This is y equal to negative 69. So y equal to 0 must be in the middle of it, isn't it? So just draw a random line. Horizontal line like this. Use a ruler. Okay? This is your x-axis. It's just a random point on the x-axis. So let's say the point is here. This is our point C. This is our point C. And then we can connect them, isn't it? We can connect the ABC together. This is our triangle ABC. What we need to find out?
area.
The area of it. How we find out this triangle's area?
Base times height.
Base times height. So what is the base? This is your base. And what is the height? This is the height. Okay? So how you find the height? How you find the base? The height is equal to 69. What is the base? 6 minus negative 6, giving you 12. So the area just equal to BH divided by 2 equal to 12 times 69 divided by 2, giving you the answer is equal to 414. That's why I ask you guys to draw the diagram out. If you don't draw it, for me, I can't imagine the whole graph directly. Actually, I didn't do this question beforehand. I have no time. But why I speak so slow? Because every single second I'm talking, I'm thinking what's the next step. You can see step by step is actually very clear, isn't it? But go back home, don't just read my notes. Try to draw the diagram yourself. At a time, you can draw yourself. At a time, you can teach the others. Then you fully understand the topic. Okay? You can see the question in A2 is not just one topic. It's mixed. It's mixed with a quadratic topic. Isn't it? Okay? Extra. So if the H is here, are they have the same triangle? Are they have the same area? Are they have the same area? Why? Because it's still the same base and the same height. Okay? Same base, same height, they must have the same area. Same height, different base, then the area is in the ratio of the base. Remembered? Like this. Same height, but different base. If this is A to B, the height is the same, isn't it? So the area must be in the ratio of A to B. Are they similar? Is this two triangles similar? Is this two triangles similar? They're not similar, isn't it? But they have the same height, different base. Okay? Understand?
Yeah.
Alright. So that's for today. Alright, so go back home. Really do the questions one by one. Okay, you have 2 days. How many hours you have?
48.
48. Not only 48. Until the next time I see you, it's like 48 plus 12, 60 hours. Okay, deduct 3 days you sleep. How long you sleep every day? 5 hours. Okay, 8 hours per day. Times 3. So you still have 60 minus 24. 36 hours. 36 hours. How many subjects you need to study? 6. Okay, 36 hours. How one day you have 3 meals to eat. 1 meal for 1 hour. Okay? So you can minus 10 hours for eating. 36 minus 10, you have 26. Let's say 24, I'll give 2 more hours. 24 divided by 6, 4 hours for each subject. 4 hours can't finish the whole thing. Okay? And don't trust all of you, study the other subject as well. Huh? Did you study the other subject? Did you study CSD?
No, not yet.
Did you study what's the elective that you take?
Me?
Yes?
Maths and econ.
But did you study those?
I was doing econ MCs.
Just MCs.
Yeah.
No more time lah. Not only for math. Some teacher may complain to me, give too many math homework. And I said, no matter how many homework I give it to them, they won't study the other subject. Then why don't them to study the math properly? 其他科都要做. I'm not your class teacher, I'm just your math teacher. Okay? Ask Eric to ask you guys to do the other subject. Okay? He has that responsibility. Okay? Study lah. Okay? Don't come back with blank. Okay? If someone come back with blank on Monday, I can say I can't control my anger. Huh? Tomorrow I need to go back to school. Business. I'm not going to have a good mood in Monday, okay?